right, that's like just about perfect. All right, we are back here with some more drywall dungeon. I did get a new extension pole, so we should be able to do a lot more skim coating over all of these walls, and we should be able to do another coat over the ceiling. Pretty much all of the texture is gone. There's a couple of little spots here where the swirls still kind of come through. I'm not too worried about those. But I think the main thing I want to concern myself with today are these two receptacles over here. In a previous video, we did some work around these receptacles, pretty much putting in this whole panel of drywall, and didn't do the best job on this one, but especially this one was really bad. And part of it is I kind of got ahead of myself and forgot to unscrew the receptacles before I trimmed around them, because the receptacles kind of have to be on top of the drywall. They can't be behind it, because how are you going to put a plate on it? So we need to do some repairs there. This one right here is especially bad. As you can see, we've got all this extra mud around here. And what I think I'm going to end up doing is just cutting around and removing this altogether, as it'll be easier to cut around, cut a new hole, get it tighter to, this receptacle, and also get it kind of mapped in there a little bit better, because right now it's pretty bad. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to hammer that out, so I'm just going to start by cutting around. All right. I think probably about 2 inches around this should be good. I want to try and pull this out without destroying it, because I'd like to use it as a template. Okay, there we go. Do a little bit of removal of this mud here. And I think we're going to be able to salvage this receptacle. So we have that. What we need to do is we need to lay out our patch. So we've got our rough in of our patch, and I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. Actually, wait. I want to do this the other way. So what I want to do is I want to make the actual patch itself a little bit smaller than what I cut out, so there's a little bit of room for some mud and all of that. So let's do it like that. We want to peel this off from the front paper. Like that. So that way, this patch will fit in. Now, as for this box, we want this box to fit in pretty tight. So I think probably 2 inches from the top. And then 2 inches from the left. Or that's the right. And yeah, 2 there. So I was pretty good with my initial measurements on getting it 2 inches away. So I think we'll be good there, because it's exactly 2. Well, it's a little bit under 2, but we'll be somewhat generous in our layout. Well, we've got lines here. So let's mark 2 there. Let's mark 2 there. Yeah, I think that's good. And then, how many inches is this receptacle? 3. Okay, so we do need to make a little bit of an adjustment, it looks like. I'm going to go a little bit farther this way. Now, just need a notch for the screws. All right, that's like just about perfect. And then we should be able to get this in. I think I do need to tune right here. Just to be able to get that a little bit tighter in. Well, yeah, that's really good. And then this paper will go over here. And I need to hammer down some of these staples. It's looking like a pretty good top-notch patch that will go perfectly over this. So all we have to do is get some mud and get this put in. Okay, got a little bit of a ghetto hawk here. And what we're gonna do is just take a little bit of mud. little bit of mud on the back of this paper just to make sure it sticks, especially in these corners. Now, put that there. Okay, that's setting in with the mud. I want to stiffly push out all the excess. I'm not going to fuss over it too much more. Again, I'm going to skim coat these walls and everything. So whatever, it is what it is. But we do have this patched in. It's sitting flush with the surrounding drywall. And our outlet is going to be able to sit on top of it. So I'm good with that. All right, a little bit of fighting with the outlet. The wires are kind of stiff, but there we go. We have it in. It's fit pretty tightly around the outlet, good enough for me. And again, we have these tabs on top of the drywall. So everything should stiffen up and become a lot nicer once all this mud firms up. So, I think that's about it for this. Let's take a look at this other outlet. So this one isn't as bad. There's just a slight gap between the box and the outlet. Let's see. That's probably what, like 3/8 of an inch. And there's a very minor one at the bottom. So the outlet doesn't quite catch this edge here. So what am I gonna do? I don't think this one needs a full patch job, but we can probably come in here with a little bit of mud and some tape and do okay. And once that cures up, we can cut around it, do whatever we need to make it good. And I know I'm covering the screw holes here, but I'm expecting to have to carve that away a little bit later anyway. mud on this wall down here, just to make sure we're covered and that this adheres. I am trying to put the tape so it doesn't cover the screw hole, even if the mud does. And we can sand and clean this up later. I know this will be a little bit hard to see from the chest, but you can see down there and up here. I want to get as close to those screw holes as possible, if not covering them over, so that we can come back and kind of chip it away. So that's it for these outlets. Again, I know overall that's pretty bad work, but it'll be good enough. And once we skim coat all of these walls and everything, it will turn out well, I think. Only other thing I think we need to really do here is there are some sections of these walls around here that need to be cleaned up. And by that I mean they need to have some mud blobs taken off of them. Because when I was doing the skim coat on the ceiling, invariably a lot of the mud was kind of flying off down on the walls. However, I don't know, maybe on second thought it would be better to wait to do the walls until I'm completely done with the ceiling, because we're probably going to end up with some more blobs falling down anyway. I don't know, what would you do? All right, I've thought about it. I think we're gonna wait on doing any more major work to the walls until we get the ceiling done. However, before we do the ceiling, we do have to actually go and take care of some of the mud work that's up here. But there are some little texture spots in here that we could take care of. So I think we will do that. Anyway, I'm gonna get the camera set up here and we'll go and use that new rasp tool that I got to take care of some of this. All right, now especially up here around this middle part of the room, there's a lot of these little ridges and high spots and stuff, and I need to kind of help smooth this out before I go and put another coat on, because I didn't do the best job. So and nice, this rasp kind of catches all the dust. Okay, so I think the roughest spots we've gotten with the rasp, and the rest I think we can get with a sandpaper. So here we are, all of this ceiling sanded down. So all of the stuff you do see in this ceiling is really just like indentations. It's not stuff poking out. And that will be cured when we go and skim coat this. So also did a ton of vacuuming. This whole floor was just covered in dust from all of the sanding and everything. You might be able to see kind of on this. That's what it was like everywhere. So that about wraps it up for now. I am going to end this video. Again, we did our repairs over on this drywall. It's been probably about 40 minutes and it's starting to dry up. And all that. It's kind of hard to see with this lighting and everything. But that should be it for now. There's going to be a lot more exciting episodes of Drywall Dungeon to come. We've got to do all of the skim coating and everything else. So that'll be it for now, and I'll see you guys later. If you like the video, subscribe if you want to see more of this content or other content. I do tons of DIY stuff, not just drywall. And I'll be glad to have you back in another video. See you later. Bye.